She's training hey Leah,
Hello.
how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. This is my friend Leonie in the background, and Kat's gonna come and launch in as well. um yeah, welcome to your first reformer class with us. It's fun as.
Thank you.
How are you feeling today?
Good. I've got a little bit of a funny shoulder. I just had some treatment yesterday, so I'm just going to be mindful of it, but there's nothing wrong with it. It was just tight, so I'm just a bit tender.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries at all. I'm not sure if Jen's coming on today, but she'll get sometimes, like, because you get the recording after this anyway.
Cool.
So that's absolutely fine. What we have been working on is some like control balance off type of stuff.
Yeah,
so
nice.
if that bothers so if that's real annoying on your shoulder, because I don't do it all the time either, because if it's just too unsteady on the day, it's just not going to happen.
Sure.
But anything else, there's only 3 of us in here today. The others will get the recording later. So it gives us a good time to just kind of like set everything up on your reformer as well.
Yeah, cool. Easy.
It's good fun. Super easy.
Cool.
Where'd you go? Oh, there. All right, team. So let's begin with footwork. So what you want to put on for you, Leah, is something like a three springs and a blue, if you've got that, or something like that. You're allowed to have the mic on for these ones. So you're allowed to talk to us. No, it's fine. So fine. You two stop whinging. I mean, Leonie. All right. So once we're laying down, we're going to take toes on the bar in V, and let's press all the way out straight just to hold for a moment. Give yourself that last bit of like 5% worth of press. So how much can you actually press on the springs? And then come back in, and we're going to go out that far every time. So how much can we really press? You got it. It doesn't have to be slow at all. We do want to just get moving through this first section of our program so that we're not lingering doing footwork the whole time. Oh, I know. We could all do footwork for an hour. I know we can. Fabulous. One more time. And then straight onto the arches. So pick your feet up, pop them down, and off we go. So while we're practicing on our arches today, let's think more of the toes over feeling super good. And that same sense of press that's really long. So it does change when we get through toes, arches, and heels. Something we have played with before is the feeling of lifting your knees to the sky as you're coming back in. So what that's going to do is help to promote some rounding in the low back, which is super fine to do in footwork because it's going to help us set up for what's to come as well. Once you finish this next one, let's change on to the heels. Yep. And then straight on out again. What we'll actually play with a little bit today with our feet is letting our toes actually go forward rather than pulling back so hard the whole time. So Leonie, if you think like when you come in, try and hold your toes where they are and press away. So instead of that, a little bit of a weird point. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I can see both of you, thankfully. Good, nice, Leah. So all that's going to do for us is just for the sake of today, remember that like footwork isn't actually an accurate representation of squats. So you don't have to be pulled back all the time so hard. We'll finish this last one off and then come back in. We'll go to toes parallel, press out to straight legs and give yourself that extra press again. So how far can you really go? And then you can start with your calf raises. So on your bar layer, because it's a bit thicker than ours, what we want to try and hold on to is the feeling that your toes wrap over the whole time. So it's a bit of a job, but if you can put as many toe knuckles on that bar as possible, that's what's going to help you out there. You two are cheating over there, so that's fine. Toe knuckles are a real thing. If you need to know, in Portuguese, toes and fingers have the same word, dedos. Yeah, there you go. Good. Now, if we hold up on the top of the next one, let's put our heels together. So we're back in V, lift up as literally as high as you can, push the springs out as far as you can, and just let the back body drop onto the carriage. And that's going to be more of our 100-ing shape. Brilliant. Let's come all the way back in. Leah, you're going to have to change your springs to 100 springs. So I usually get people to do 2 reds or a red and a blue. So heavier than what you'd go normally, just because it's a little bit of fun. All right, now you two in here, you can go foot bar down or foot bar up, that doesn't matter, but everyone's going to take their legs straight out long over the bar. So just resting on the bar for the minute, arms up to the sky, and let's reach further. So like lift your shoulders up. Yeah, because then you're already going to be in a good spot with your upper spine to be able to lift into a really like solid chest lift. So we're going to keep our legs on the bar for the moment. Lift into your 100 shape with legs resting. So hands down, head up, and then just start your 100 here. So let's get used to pushing so hard through our arms that the carriage stays still. And then as we breathe our low back against the carriage again, use that as your leverage to lift your legs up, and they can go anywhere. If holding them on the bar is actually the best for you, and it doesn't, sometimes for people that's a better option because it doesn't take away from the rest of the exercise, that's so fine to do. The whole time, we're just going to keep thinking of rolling ourselves up as if we're going to do a roll up mat work style. Are you counting, Leonie? Thank you. I don't do this myself. Oh, you counting too, Kat. There you go. So we got 10 pumps left. And then legs down, arms up. Beautiful. Let's sit ourselves up. We're going to change for springs for the overhead. So in here, 2 springs, and then probably a red and a blue, or red and like a yellow or like a quarter spring would be the job here. And you can put your foot bar down as well, Leah, for this one. So flat foot bar.
Oh.
That's right. They beat you. You can chill. Yay. No, you didn't. You're fine. No one eats too much chocolate. Snack time. I know, because it's afternoon for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Over there. Yeah.
I was in my bag.
See, there you go. All right. Okay, everyone. So let's pull into our straps enough so we've got a little bit of tension on them, or we're about to have tension. And then we're going to think of that 100 shape where we can actually drop our low spine back into the carriage, because again, that's going to give us the right amount of leverage to get legs up to roll over. So the first part of this, we're just going to be moving arms and legs. So we're going to take arms down, legs up to the sky, as if we're going to literally lift our toes to the sky. So you can roll off a little bit here, roll back down, legs down, arms up. So the next one, we're going to just put that all into one move. So arms down, legs up, little roll. Good. Roll down, arms to the sky. So what part of our body is going to push us over into a rollover? Arms. Super good. So that's why we want to get the timing right. So the next time we press, you can add the rollover in. So we'll go arms down, legs up, press through your arms to roll overhead. Take a moment while you're there, then press through your arms more as you roll on down. So think of your arms as your brakes. It can be tricky for some people's wrists. They do the little like spider hand. But that's your hand's doing that, Kat, yeah. So when we get down, if you have to spider hand over, that's okay. But on the way down, learn how to press through your wrist. And that's actually going to make the difference for the shoulder joint. Have we done 2 or 3-ish? Yeah. Cool, let's do one more then. So 4 is a good number here. Good arms, everyone. Now, as we're rolling down, when your pelvis hits the reformer, you're going to fold your knees into your chest and bend your elbows. So there's our transition for coordination. So the first couple we're going to do with head down, and I want you to try really hard for a hollow body or dish shape, because it does change when our head's down. So coordination from here in that shape, we're going to press arms and legs long, legs open, close, knees in, bend your elbows. Good. And again, Arms and legs long, open, close, bring it in. Good stuff. One more time like that. Excellent. Now, once we bring ourselves back into our ball, head to knees. Literally head to knees. If you need a bit of help, just grab onto your shins and pull yourself up. Otherwise, let's stay that high. Again, pressing out, straight arms, straight legs, open, close, bring it back in, try and touch your head to your knees. Thank you very much. And again, press out, open, close. So good, everyone. Bring your elbows in one more time. So this one, we're going to try really hard to get that last bit of lift up. Good. And then collapse down. Good stuff. We'll save, yeah, we'll save short spine for later. So we'll hang up our straps. We are going to do rowing today. So let's bring ourselves up one spring for everyone. So layer a red, be fine. And then we'll turn ourselves around to face the back end. Oh yeah, everyone gets to learn the transitions too. This is fun. All right. So we want to be sitting on our reformer so that we've got a bit of space behind us, just so that when we roll back, we're not rolling off the edge. Pick up your probably short loops if you've got them. Excellent. And then let's just go arms out straight in front of us. Good. Fist to chest, elbows up. Fist to chest, elbows up. Yeah. Roll on back so that we're in basically the same shape as coordination. Excellent. Arms out to a T, so out to the side. Palms face backwards. Anytime you guys in here, thank you. They don't listen, Leah, don't watch them. Head goes forward, arms go back. Circle around. And we start again. Fist to chest, elbows high. So think like elbows higher than your shoulders. That's the stuff. Then when we roll back, we have much more space to be able to unwind and get our arms out to a T. Yeah, so much better, Leah. Well done. Head to knees, big squeeze of the arms back. So try and like almost like bringing your elbows together. Good, cat. Arms up. Circle forward. And then we go 2 more times. So in your own time this time. You right, Leonie? Okay. Just your shoulder? Okay. You do what you need to do. Good stuff. So for Kat and Leah, when you both go to circle your arms from the back, give it an extra push backwards. So it'll be like as if you're trying to reach the foot bar behind you. So big push back. You won't probably move anywhere, but it's going to lock in the strength of the circle. Yep, super good. Now, if we stack ourselves up, we're going to come into flat back, arms forward for biceps. Excellent. Okay. If we can, elbows up in line with shoulders the whole time, because we want to really lock this shape in. So one bicep curl to hold in our 90 degrees. We're going to keep that shape, hinge backwards. Good. Keep that shape hinge forward. Yep. Reach for your toes with your hands. And then we do the big circle again. So we're going to circle down the outside of the reformer. Big press back. And here's your circle. Exactly. We restack ourselves up to a flat spine or straight spine. Bicep curl in. Now, everyone lift your ribs up as you lean back. So ribs up to lean back. Good stuff. Hold that shape, lean forward. Hands reach to feet. And then we go for our great big circle there. Now we can speed this one up a little bit. So when we go for the hinge, think about it like it's almost like an elastic band. You kind of just go back and forward and circle. So it doesn't have to be arduous and slow for this one. Nice. Then when you've got a bit of rhythm and speed happening, you can actually test how far back you can go in that shape because everyone's got their shape. Now we can just be like, oh, how far can I actually go? Yeah, that's the one. Let's do one more of these today. Shoulders okay, everyone? We've got a few shoulders happening today. Yeah, cool. Good arms, good arms. Good big lift up with your ribs, Leah. Awesome. Yeah, good job. So it does feel somewhat like back extension. It's not like doesn't feel like a perfect flat back at all, actually. Now let's all put our handles or straps just onto the leather of the reformer. So it doesn't, or yours you might need to hang up, but that's okay. Pick your legs up, turn around to face the foot bar. And then just butt walk yourself so you're stuck into the shoulder rests. Yep. And we're going to take an overhand grip on our straps. What did I say this week? Like kangaroo paws, like over. Yeah. See, we're good. Kangaroo hands for this one. That's the stuff. Alrighty. Arms up or hands up to your armpits. So right up here, elbows up as well. Thank you very much. Now we press forward, down to the carriage, up to circle. Yeah, milk it for all it's worth, and then land back at your armpit again. So we go arms up. Yep. So we go arms out, down, up to circle, and then back to the armpit. So the first two are pretty good, but we can work a bit more on the press up as we circle. So let the shoulders come up to your ears. So if any of us are practicing headstands, handstands, that's a skill that we need to have, is shoulders to ears. So we'll go one more of this guy. So big lift up of the armpits. Yeah, nice, Leah. That's so much better. Land your fists at your hips. And now we just add the forward fold. So it's going to be quite a fast arm and forward movement. So head to knees, hands to feet, arms lift up to the ceiling. And then we repeat the circle that we did in the last one. Circle to the hip and away we go again. So press through your arms. Now keep reaching to the sky as we lift ourselves back up. Circle and back to the hip 2 more times. Forward fold, hands to feet. Roll yourself. Now on this last one, let's think like we're passing a stick underneath our feet to come up to the sky. So if we go hands to heels, oh, that's so much better. Lift yourselves all the way up, finish your circle off, and then we'll take a normal grip for our straps. Without touching our hands down onto the carriage, bring yourself into a cross-legged position. Leonie's got a seat layer just because it's better for her hip. So if you have clients that need that support as well, it's such a nice little spot to be in, is just a little bit higher. Shaving. So fists together on the back of our head. Little lean forward and eyes up. So eyeballs up, Leonie, thank you very much. And then we'll go straight your elbows and bend. So arms, biceps to ears the whole time. And we're working on taking our hands behind us. So my fists cat, when I do this one, they kind of roll. Yeah, that's the one. You're also on like the heavy reformer, right? So that's hard too. Good. Chest up for us, Leah, as well. Yeah. Good. Now on this next one, we'll all take our arms long, circle round for hug a tree, and off we go. So we'll just do 6 of these ones. So a cue we've been working on is trying to press the back of our hand further away from us in hug a tree. So instead of it like being like a heart-shaped tree, it's a really big, giant jarrah that's been around for thousands of years. There we go. Hug a jarrah tree. Hug a jarrah tree. Yeah. Great. Last one. Perfect. And then we can pop our straps down. Let's grab our long boxes. Long box and 2 springs. The swan. So if you need a sticky mat or a mat, so we don't slide away from our boxes. Nice. Now, Leah, on your reformer, we're going to do big swan. So when you set yourself, I'll get the girls to show you how to set up. But when you're on your long box, just be careful because you know how there's that little bit of edge that's off the box? Just be careful it doesn't flip up on you. So if at any point you're like, oh, that's going to go, you just have to make the move smaller. Yeah. But you'll be fine. Okay. Yeah. So what we're all going to do is stand on our platform. with our hands midway down or just on the front edge of the box. Tuck your toes in, so be already in V, and then all we're going to do is just press the box out enough so that we can bend our knees and put our thighs on the box. So we're going to stay up in our swan today. Yep. So thighs, it's not like hip crease on the box, it's definitely thigh flesh. And if you have a look at Leonie, yeah, that's the one. Now everyone from there can bend their knees more. Yes, which means you have to tuck more. Ugh, yeah, that's better. Good faces. Okay. All we're going to do is calf raises. So what this means we've got to hold our knees still as well. So we're just pushing through our toes and lifting our heels and then dropping back in. Now, every time you do this one, particularly on the heels down section, that's an opportunity to get a little bit more posterior tilt that will feel someone like tendon stretch, thigh stretch. Super good. All right, everyone's awesome. Yeah, Kat, awesome. More for you when you press out. Your in's awesome. There you go. All right, now if we can hold that spot, let's go arms up at T with a fist. Arms up at T with a fist. Yeah, let's do like 4 more calf raises there so everyone has thighs that feel like thighs. Excellent. Okay, now pause, drop your heels. Now all we have to do is round our spine to bring our chest down onto the box. Good, arms down by the side of the reformer. Bend your knees as much as you can. This is very person specific. All right, you ready? We're going to do the whole thing. I'll say words and we try and do the words. So let's press out, straight arms, straight legs. Yep. We're going to bend at the knee and lift our chest to the sky. Bend at the knee, lift our chest to the sky. Perfect. Press back out to straight arms, straight legs. And then bring yourselves back to the stopper. So that's really it. It's quite a simple swan. And we're going to do it again. So we press out torpedo shape. Yep. Bend your knees to lift your chest. And you can back bend at this point as well. Woo. Yeah. Press back out to a long shape. And then bring yourselves back into the stopper. Now for everyone, try and go for super straight legs as you press out because it does help you with the hinge to come up. So if we press all the way out, super straight legs, it just gives the, Leonie's like, I'm whip through this. Yep. If you can bend your knees more, layer and come up higher. Yes, there you go. Then press all the way back out. So strong, straight legs. Drop the chest, bring it in. One more time, everyone. Slow down, Leonie. I know it sucks.
Stay sort of
Or
can you point your toe?
look, technically you can do either.
Yeah.
Nice cat. But what the heels down gives you is way better access to your hamstrings, which bend your knee.
Yeah.
So it's just
what I want that.
Yeah, it's much more like ladder barrel. So what Leonie just asked then, Leah, was does it matter if we point our toes? So if you do the version that you're trying to see how, yeah, see Leonie's trying to point her toes to give her more range. That's fine. What the heels down gives you is when you actually come up, it grabs your hamstring a bit better. So I call like the pointed toes a calves type movement and the heels down as a hamstring type movement. So when you see dancers do this, they'll be up on their toes because they can. But what gives most people a lot more access to their legs is heels down, but it does take more practice, but it's better in the long run. So I guess from that perspective, that's why I generally teach heels down, I suppose, because it's more of a hamstring curl. Yeah. Pulling straps. So if you want to change down to 1 spring, you can. If you want to do this on 2, you also can. And then press yourselves back out. And let's take hands up onto the ropes. Arms just hanging down by the side of the reformer. Don't watch them. They're faffing. They're faffing around. Yep. So what we want to get out of pulling straps is we want to think more chest on box. So swan's chest off, pulling straps is chest on. Now, if we all have legs together and think like you're trying to lift your quads off the box, awesome. Curl yourselves all the way down and forward. Boom. All right. So as always, we think about this one as arms first, body second. So we start to pull with our arms up to the hip, lift your head, chest goes forward. Yeah, lower down, curl around your box, and we go again. Arms up, head up, chest forward. And then lower down. Go again, we're gonna do about 6 of these. Good. What we're trying to get is our arms above our hips, which means we can't lift our chest as much we would in swan proper. We want to think, can we actually get arms above our hips? Yes. So it's a lower, stronger type of back extension. One more time. And we'll come up and hold at this point. Good. The whole arm up, Leonie, and I know you can. Yes, there you go. Open your arms out to a T. And then pull them back in. So same position. So we're just going to go, could I lift my hands over my hips? Could I? Blech. And then open. And honestly, when you're pulling in, you just get to where you get to as best you can. Because everyone's arm setup is a little bit different. Always lifting up higher with our arms. Good. One more time. Keep your chest on the box layer. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all you need to do. Good. Last one coming up. And then you can lower yourselves down. 2 straps into your right hand. Step off to the right of your reformer. And we're going to want a bit more load for backstroke. So I'd probably go red, blue for this one. Two springs. And then what we're going to do is come and sit on the front edge of our long box, feet onto the platform. Feet onto the platform, or foot bar for us in here. Yeah. So as far forward on your box as you can without it falling off. Yep. So what we want to get with our backstroke setup is we're going to roll into it. And all that is we have to hold our hands behind us somewhat. Literally, we just roll under and roll our spine down until we're in our lower back. Then go fists to head, knees to chest. And we're ready to go. So arms and legs up to the sky. Split the arms and legs, circle down to a low 100 and hold. 1 and 2 and 3. Bring it all the way in and we go again. Arms and legs up, circle, hold in the 100. Can you get higher? 1, get higher 2, get higher 3. Thank you very much. Bring it high. 1 more. Arms and legs up. Yep. Circle. Hold there. Let's all try and touch our toes. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Thank you. Lower all the way down. Good. We're not going to go backwards today, but if you need to change springs down for teaser, so probably 1 spring's very fine. Awesome. And then when you're ready, you can shuffle back a little bit more than we were for backstroke. Okay. Arms just hanging down the side of the reformer for the moment. With everyone's legs there, no matter where they are, just press them together a bit more and go strong knees, if that's a good word there. So we're going to lift head and legs together, follow it up with the hands, and hands are going to try and touch our toes as we roll up for teaser. Good. Keep the arms locked in place there, roll on down. Nice cat. And start again. So with your shoulders, push them forward. So not just the arms, but the whole joint. So it's going to feel like shoulder blades go forward as well. Oh, nice. Like that's super good layer. That's so good. Roll on down, keeping shoulders forward. Yeah. Nice. And again, anyone at any time can add some circles in now. So when we get to the top, you either hold or circle, probably 3. Roll on down. Good. If you're really excited on this last one, we can do hug a tree. Everyone's complaining. Go for it. Thank you. All right. Good. Whinge into it as much as you like. Whinging is good. It's honest. Good. Once you've done 3, roll on down, collapse a little bit. Oh, don't we love this one? And horseback. Oh, we're going to have to do reverse horseback for cat. Yeah, all right. So bringing yourselves up, same spring as teaser, one leg either side of our box, probably sitting quite far back actually. Then we want straight knees and arms are just going to be in front of us, hand over hand on the front of the box. Yeah, easy. Hand over hand, front of the, in between your legs, like you're going to lift yourself up. With your hands, press down and round your spine backward. Press down, round your spine back. So you can already feel with that pressure, it lifts our legs up, interestingly. So it's that sensation of legs lifting that actually locks our pelvis in place. Squeeze your box even more. Yep. Now bring arms down by the side. So grab your straps if you don't have them, Leah, because we're going to use them. Excellent. So that's our shape. So it's a pretty squashed box in a round shape. All we have to do now is lift our arms up and lift our hips up. So it's a lot, it's that same forward, yes, that's it, that same forward feeling. Lower your hips, lower your arms, and we do that again. So arms up, squash the box, hips up. So keep leaning forward, Leah. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go. Don't think so much about lifting up, think about going forward. And that's got the lift is like very small, very small. Good. And again, Kat. So if you hold, can you go up to your top and hold? Pause there, round the whole of you more. Yeah, that's it. And then when you come down, long arms to come down as well. We'll do the short arm on the next one. Yeah. Did that make sense, Leah? Yeah. That's it. That's it, Kat. Awesome. Then it's just how do you lock that shape in when you go down as well? That's the hard, I guess the harder part. Yeah. Good. Last time through. Yeah, super good. And then once you're down, we're going to turn and face the other way. So we're going to do reverse horseback too, which is a whole lot of fun. So reverse horseback is kind of like rowing into the chest plus horseback from a different direction. So what we have to do is in here is hold on to our leather straps. So you might have to walk your hands up the ropes a little bit because it's a different, it does feel quite different. We're sitting one leg either side of the box as we do with horseback facing forward. What the first move out of this that we're just going to practice is kind of like a horseback. If you've ever done horseback on the barrel, on the high barrel, it's much more like that. So it's like a row and lift. And then just pause there, Kat, and just go arms forward again. So row and lift. So unfortunately, Leah, we've got an advantage with our straps because we can hold with our hands, whereas you've got to kind of pull yours. It's fine. Now, how we get our arms around in this one, once we actually have that rowing shape, elbows go out to the side like we do in rowing, and then we circle forward. So it's kind of like we're rowing forward the whole time. That's it. Awesome. So we go, lean forward, row. So there's our horseback shape. Arms come out to the side, and then we circle forward. It's a much more body controlled way rather than using the springs, I suppose. So we'll do 2 more of those. Do you remember this one, Leonie?
Yeah.
Just do go in and out instead. So instead of circling, you can do it. Good. No hero. We don't need heroes in here. We're fine. You're heroes anyway. Okay, one more time. So it's harder than it looks, I think. Yeah. Hop your straps down and we can lose the box as well. Lose the box. So once we've done that, foot bar up, headrest up, and then 2 springs for long stretch. Foot bar up, headrest up, 2 springs for long stretch. Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is stand to one side of our reformer. Stand to one side of the reformer. 2 hands on the foot bar. And then stepping one straight leg into the headrest other straight leg into the headrest, lean forward. Yep. And then off we go. So pressing back from our arms and then pulling forward. Awesome. So as we press back, what we want to think a little bit of is the further we go back, the more we either have to feel like we're dropping our hips or tucking at the hip. Depends on your body as to which one works. Bloody awesome, Leonie, well done. I would go hips forward, Kat. Yeah, yep. Good, nice, Leah. And a big lift of the chest over the bar. That's the one. Last time through. And then holding at the stopper this time, we're going to go eyes up, chest up, drop your knees down. So nothing changes at the hip. Reset your feet for down stretch. All right, so chest up, hips forward, and away we go. Pressing back, good, and then lifting up. So today what we'll look a little bit more about is when we get back to the stopper, this gives you a chance to do a little bit more back bend, but we want to actually hold on to that new shape when we press out again. So every time we come up, it's like we want to back bend backward, but we hold the shape. So it just gives us an opportunity to actually hang on to our upper body a little bit more than what we do sometimes. Yeah, last one through. When we hit the stopper, round from your head, your tail, and then we're going to stand up for up stretch. So heels halfway up the shoulder blocks. Just work to find an equal, like even-ish weight between hands and feet and pretty round spine. Now, eyeballs down onto the springs because they're going to tell you if you're pushing out with your legs or your arms. We want to push the carriage away with our legs. So legs back, drop the hip. Long stretch forward. We have to curl over the bar to bring it back into the stopper. So here's our elephant moment. And then we press back again. So legs back, hips down. Good. Travel forward in long stretch. And then we start to elephant to bring our carriage back in. Exactly. One more time. Legs back, hips down. Good. Bring ourselves in. Come up into elephant. Now let's see if we can figure out how to go backwards. So we're going to lean forward. Press back with our legs. It's all right, you just missed it. No, I just was using elephant as a shape term. Yeah. Layers reversing anyway, even if you're not. We just need 3, so you can kind of just speed through them at your own pace. Thank you. No, you're doing well on that one, Kat. I don't think I can do up stretch on the blue reformer. Oh, one of our reformers is really heavy. It's such a mission. Okay, when we make it back in this time, drop the heels and straight into elephant. What a lovely elephant. So pretty quick if you can. That's the one. Nothing spectacular. When you've done about 8 to 10, we'll bring ourselves down to our knees, grab your sticky mat again, pop it at the front of the reformer for stomach massages. On that reformer cat, I go 3 springs for the first 2. It's just, otherwise you just fly away. Otherwise you just fly away. But yeah, all right, you jump on, you guys jump on. Toes in V, and then tuck your hands in under the reformer. Beautiful, awesome. So when we're setting up here, so stomach massage, probably 3 springs for stomach massage. While we're in here, if you have to push out from the bar a little bit to get your shoulders over your hips, so I would probably do that for you, Leonie, is press out a little bit more than you think and then curl forward more. Yes, okay. There's our shape. All we do from here is press out to straight legs, lower lift the heels, bend the knees, bring it home. And again, press, lower lift and in. Little bit quicker. Press, bam, bam, and in for 3, 2, 1. Good, Leonie, drop a spring. Everyone else stay as you are. Take hands back to your shoulder blocks for flat back. And then out we go again. So same kind of thing. Fists on if you need to.
So,
That's okay. One armed, or drop your spring down and just go hands next to you. Can you go hand down next to you? Or wow, all sorts of variations are happening here today. Great. Good. I think we've got like 2 more times. Just do that, Leonie. That's so fun. And then we'll all drop a spring, arms forward, straight into the reach. All right, out and in, no feet. What we will try and do is stay right up on our toes the whole time though. Remember the high-heeled shoe thing. No one does this anymore because I don't think anyone wears heels anymore. So it's like a new thing for people. You can do it. You cue it, okay. High-heeled shoes. Kitten heel, kitten heel. All right, let's add the twist in. We've done enough of those, absolutely. So turn to one side, bring it home. Good. Other side, bring it home. And let's count 4 and 3. Excellent. And 2 and 1. Beautiful. Okay. Have a moment. We're gonna do tendon stretch and the preps. Tendon stretch and the preps. So for us in here, it's 2 springs. I usually go 2 red when I'm doing tendon stretch on your reformer, but you can play with the springs for sure. So how we're going to set this up straight away is hands on the shoulder blocks. So we're going to be facing our shoulder blocks and we're going to stand ourselves up onto the carriage fully. So that's heels, toes, everything just on the carriage. And all we're going to do at first is this is aptly named inchworms now. So we're just going to walk our hands and touch our feet. Hands walk down. Yep. And hands walk back. Easy. And again, hands walk down. Hands walk back. So the next one, we can walk them all the way onto the foot bar. So hands walk onto the foot bar. Good. Walk all the way back. One more time to take hands on the foot bar. And then just while we're there, very gently for everyone, give yourself a little lean into your toes. Yep. And straighten your legs as best you can. Straighten your legs as best you can. Good. Because that's the compression. Now, if we walk our hands back to the shoulder blocks, let's just walk our toes onto the edge of the carriage, just so we can go for a bunch of calf raises. Because one of the big things that holds people up in tendon stretch is sometimes when we've got really tense, tight calves, because that can actually inhibit how we move. So not everyone, like you get your people who can forward fold like a ninja, but tendon stretch feels hard because the calves are really stiff. So giving them something to do before we do tendon stretch tells our calves to be like, right, I know where my range is, which is the good thing here. Okie doke. So now if we finish our last one off, let's walk our feet back on so just the heel is hanging off the edge of the reformer. And then you can walk your hands all the way onto the foot bar. Nice. So hanging on here quite hard, think like you're going to lift your legs to your chest. So thighs to chest. All we're going to do is lean back to push the carriage away. Any amount. So it can be a tiny one. It can be a big one. Lift back up. Woo! We go again. So when we're going down, I generally these days go to the point I can get myself back up. So on the day, if that's like 2 inches, that's what I'm going to do. Cat, try and go just to the foot bar with your butt. Just to there and back up. Yep, beautiful. That's better, Leia. You're much better off doing that. Because that's what I look like, to be honest. Because it's just hard, yeah. Good. If you go too far out, it gives you way too much of the reformer helps you. So when you get to like the single leg stuff where you don't have that as an option, you've got more, like your body knows what to do. Yeah. Because it's really easy just to swing right out and be like, woo, this is great. Like, because the reformer does it for you. So once we've done, let's sit on the foot bar. We'll get ourselves out of there. Grab a short box and foot bar down. Because when we get to climb a tree, this is going to be prime setup for what's to come. Gears, everyone, if you need. If you're feeling lazy, Leonie, just put your box back more. No, we're good. Great. Don't worry. Go to sleep. All springs on, and then let's have a seat on top of our box. Feet under the safety strap. Who's talking to me here? Alrighty. Alrighty, so once we're there, so Leah, what you're gonna have to do is lock your knees in really hard because our setup's a little bit different. So these guys are gonna be straight legs, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter so much. So once you feel locked into your strap, so that might mean pushing wide, feet wide in the strap. Hug yourself around your middle and curl forward. Yeah, hug yourself around the middle, curl forward. Okay. From this shape, so this is going to be our start and finish. We're just going to roll our hips under and then take ourselves back in our round back. Take a pause and then curl forward. Now, the cool thing about the arms in this particular position is you can use them to almost like hoik your ribs up even more as you're coming back in. So you can tactile yourself. Good. Yep. Nice. Another 2. And if we all had a ball on our head, that's going to tell us where we actually place our face. Oh, I think I might try that with someone. Who would really not like that? Ball on the head. Your head's weird though. All right, so once we've finished off this last one, you're doing fine, Leah. They're just chatting. Hands behind your head. You would put it on, you know how we do it with roll-ups? Like that. Hands behind your head. Yep, I like that you're listening today. Everyone's tired. Okay. So we're going to pull our head up with our hands. Good. Chest to the sky. And again, kind of like rowing in biceps rowing, we want to think a little bias to back extension. And when you're ready, let's lean on back as far as you like. And then bring yourselves all the way up to sitting again. Awesome. And again, lean yourselves back. Oh, good, Leonie. And then bring it up. Yeah, I knew you'd say that. I am surprised. 2 more times. So yeah, don't be afraid to lift the front of the ribs up because it helps you out in your back strength. Excellent. Now holding up at the top here, go for that little bit more lift. Now we're going to side bend to our right, but lean enough so that your left hip will want to lift. So side bend to the right, but lean enough so the left hip wants to lift. Bring yourself back to the center and then we repeat on the other side. Do you need to not do climb a tree?
No, I can do it.
Okay. So I thought, just checking. Good, everyone else. Nice cat. One more time, possibly. Yeah. Yeah, really good. And then twist, we're just going to start by sitting. So just a sitting spine twist. So we're just going to move to our right, come back through the center and turn to our left. So what we'll get a little bit more out of today is the back connection. So if we're turning to one side, if we're turning to the right, we want to think right shoulder to left hip. And if we're turning to the left, left shoulder to left hip. So there's our slings practice for the day from the back slings. Right shoulder, if you're turning to me, right shoulder to left hip. Like muscle it there. Yeah. And then on the other side, muscle your left shoulder to your right hip. I think because sometimes we get so stuck with the like ribs from the front that when we kind of switch the thinking and go from the back, for some of us, it actually works better to twist. And I think because our twisting muscles are in our spine, they're not in our abs, it actually helps you to get almost like freer ribs in that sense. Yeah. So once we finish this one off, let's take right leg out of the strap for climb a tree. So you can scoot onto your box so you know you feel safe and solid. So taking hands underneath our thigh. Oh, I'm doing it with you and no one can even see. We're going to straighten and bend 3 times. 1 and 2. I know. And 3. Hold it there. Up to your ankle. Good. And then all we're going to do is roll ourselves back so that our foot's facing straight up to the sky. And that's our tree. So it stays there now. Walking down 3 steps down your leg as we simultaneously roll our spine back. Back bend of choice. Good. Then we roll ourselves forward, up our leg again. So this is much more body to leg than leg to body. And again, we walk down our leg, take a back bend. Good. And then walk up again. Nice. Let's do one more time on this leg. So it kind of, think about tendon stretch again, right? This time, instead of thinking thigh to chest, it's chest to thigh. Hold up at the top. Now, opposite hand to foot. And then we're going to twist away from our leg or twist towards our leg. That's actually what we're doing. Do your twist. That's it. Have a moment there. And then come all the way back in and let's switch legs. You can do that too, Kat. That's rad. Yeah, totally. Okay. Just depends on how stiff you are on that side. So hands underneath your thigh. And then we do our 3 stretches. So we stretch 1 and bend, stretch 2 and bend, stretch 3 to hold, hands to ankle, roll on back so that that leg's now up at the sky. And then we go 3 steps down. 1, 2, 3, back bend of choice, and 3 steps up. Good. And again, one thing I didn't add on the other side, if you do want to try rolling up your leg with no hands, that's a fun experience too. Yeah, exactly, Leonie. Good. One more time. Awesome. Now, when we get to the top, opposite the ankle and then twist towards your leg. Yeah. And these guys have decided that moving is the good choice. So here we are. All right, team, let's take that off. We'll get rid of our box and take the foot bar. Leonie, take your foot bar down. Headrest up. And then just come and lay yourselves down on your reformer. Whatever you want to do for control balance, which could be 1, it could be 4. So what we're going to do is down.
Down.
Stop listening. There we go. All right. So laying on your back on the reformer.
Sorry, how many?
Excellent. Like if it feels like your spring's moving too much, put more on. Just so that it stays still, but we're not actually moving anywhere. We're flipping around. Yeah. So once we're laying down, shuffle down so that your head's kind of like just below the line of the headrest. So below the line of the headrest. And if you want to start with a couple of rollovers holding the shoulder block. Now on our reformers, our butts hang off the edge. So if your butt's kind of hanging off, that's fine. You're in the right place then. And all we're doing is just a few rollovers just to get us feeling okay with where we are. Good. I reckon, Leah, for you, we can actually scoot down your reformer bed a bit more toward the foot bar. And then that might feel like you've got a bit more space at the shoulders. Awesome. Okay. Oh, that's better. Okay. On our next one, we're going to hold over in our rollover. And we're just going to start control balance like mat work. So one leg goes down and one leg goes up to the sky. Switch through the middle. Take your time. Absolutely. And again. So when we're playing and prepping with these big exercises, everything is in your own time. That's not a problem. Now, the next one we go, can we try and touch foot to the outside of the reformer frame? Outside of the reformer frame. And then repeat on the other side. Awesome. If this is where we feel pretty solid today, this is where we're going to stay and just practice with the hands. So we're taking our right foot down to the reformer frame. Our right elbow has to switch and come out to the side. while the left hand goes on top of the shoulder block. So that's our hand position is kind of like this. Yeah, so that arm you're just playing with on the side, your left arm, elbow to the sky. Exactly. Yep. And then we switch everything to the other side. Because you want to get used to pushing yourself around. Are you guys going to step off?
Yeah.
Just make sure with Kat that you're both going away. Great. Now, Leia, if you're practicing this one, they're just going in the background. What I'm trying to do is go foot toward the floor. So when you actually go foot down toward the floor, that's the stuff. Yes. Have you done this one before?
No.
Yeah? No. So when you're playing with this one, you teach your shoulder how to take load because it'll help you out when you go to roll off. If you can get foot to the floor and you want to have go, you can to one side of it out. You don't have to though. I don't all the time at all. Well done. Well done. Whoa, good stuff. And sometimes it takes a little bit there. Good. We'll try one more to either side. You two in here, I know you've done 100, so you don't have to do any more. We'll let Leia have a crack though. Yeah. Good job. Nice, Leia. That's it. You got it, Leia, if you want to go one day. Super. That's it. That's it. When you get used to just doing that prep, there'll be a time where your shoulders also will just feel strong enough to push you over. Because I think sometimes that's our hang up because we might be like, oh, I'm flexible enough to do this. But maybe just the top, there's a bit too much moving going on and that makes us feel a little more unsafe.
Yeah.
I usually wait till I feel really locked in before I step off. And that honestly sometimes just takes months to get back into, but that's okay. What we'll do, foot bar up, 2 springs, red and a blue for you, my friend. And we'll do 2 kneeling splits. Kneeling splits. We kneel onto our reformer like we would knee stretches. Awesome. And wait, left foot up onto the foot bar. Right foot's going to be up against the shoulder blocks. And then 2 hands on the foot bar and we're going to pull our hips as far forward as we can. Excellent. So chest up, hips forward, and really enjoy having a moment here. With hand, we're going to take that up to the sky and go for a little side bend. Enjoy life. Good. Now hands onto foot bar. Lean forward so that you're connected. They say connect as we push ourselves back to a split shape. So it's going to be more back leg than front leg. That's the stuff. And then bring it in. Now the trick with a bent front, the front leg connected to our chest, it's not as likely we get to a full straight front leg. But what it will do is it's going to stretch each of you where you need it. So Leia, can you literally thigh on chest?
Sorry, you're
So
breaking
see
up.
how Leonie's kind of, thigh chest.
You're frozen. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
You're
you
back.
would have
You're
been
back.
frozen.
Oh.
Yeah, we're back.
Awesome.
There we go. For some reason, we're in a dead spot where we are as well. So it's always all over the place. Did you do some lunges at the end while you were waiting?
I didn't know.
That's okay. You can do the finish.
Yeah.
Thanks, team. Awesome. Oh, you can do short spine. You can do that. I've got everything. How did that go today, Leah?
That was great. I haven't done I haven't done
That's fun.
swan, like we didn't practice that a lot of my training, so I haven't really done a lot of the swan.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and just a few. I haven't done like tendon stretches, stuff like that. So it's good to kind of just practice like that.
Practice that again. So we pretty much go like these classes are fairly methodical. Like there's not going to be a lot of because there's just so many exercises that I don't think a lot of people get a chance to do. So and I try and do them for you so that you can teach them in time as well. So I think like if there's questions that come up after this, you've got the recording and you can text and email me as well.
Thank you.
Sometimes we do stop and kind of workshop stuff as we need to as well. And once you get used to how like the programming goes, it gets a lot quicker for you too, because it's also a little bit of, you know, oh my gosh, I reckon it's us. But yeah, feel free just to get in touch and ask anything. And if there's exercises you're like, I really would like to have a go, also let me know.
Okay, cool.
Because we'll do it. Yeah, like short spine apparently here. Yeah. Also the madness going on behind here. Be cool. All right, my friend. I'll talk to you soon. So have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.